Summers, in Brooklyn, were always hot. The air felt heavy, and the streets shimmered under the sun. On one worn-out stoop, a girl named Mia sat quietly, a sketchbook resting on her lap. Her fingers moved gently, tracing lines with a pencil. Across the street, a stray cat stretched lazily in the shade. Mia captured every detail: the curve of its tail, the sharpness of its eyes, the quiet dignity in its posture. "Mia, still drawing that cat?" Carlos called as he jogged toward her, a basketball tucked under his arm. "5 more minutes," Mia replied without looking up. Carlos sat beside her and watched. He didn't understand it. In their neighborhood, people worked hard just to survive. Drawing didn't pay bills. Drawing didn't change lives. "What's the point?" he asked. "It's not like anyone's going to buy it." Mia paused for a second, then continued. "I'm not drawing to sell," she said softly. "Then why?" She didn't answer, because she didn't know how to explain it. She only knew that when she drew, the world felt different. The broken buildings didn't look so broken. The noise faded. The ordinary became meaningful. That night, Mia taped the drawing onto her wall. It joined dozens of other moments of her life, captured in pencil and ink. Her mother, Lena, walked in, tired from a long shift at the laundromat. She looked at the wall but said nothing. "Time for bed," she said gently, but Mia could hear the sigh behind her voice. The next day after school, Mia didn't go home. Instead, she wandered into the alley behind her building. There, she saw a large, empty wall, gray, lifeless, forgotten. She stood there, staring at it. "What are you looking at?" Mia jumped. An old man sat nearby, holding a cup of coffee. His name was Mr. Abner. He had lived in the neighborhood longer than anyone. "I've seen you," he said. "You're always drawing." Mia nodded quietly. He pointed at the wall. "Do you know what that used to be?" She shook her head. "It used to be covered in gang graffiti. Ugly marks, fearful signs. This place wasn't safe." He paused. "My son loved art who's like you. People told him it was useless. Told him to be practical." Mr. Abner pulled out a faded photo. A young man stood in front of a bright mural filled with sunflowers. "He didn't listen," the old man said softly. "He kept painting. Until he passed away." Mia's chest tightened. "Before he died, he told me something," Mr. Abner continued. He said, "Walls keep things out, but a painting on a wall, that lets things in." Mia didn't fully understand, but she felt something shift inside her. Mr. Abner looked at her again. "I have been waiting for someone," he said. "Someone who can paint." He pointed at the wall. "Would you want to try?" Mia's heart started beating faster. "Canary?" He smiled. "Paint big," he said. "Not small drawings. Paint a story." That night, Mia couldn't sleep. Ideas filled her mind. Images of her neighborhood, her people, her life. At 3 a.m., she got up and started sketching. The next 2 months changed everything. Every day after school, Mia went to the alley. Mr. Abner helped her get permission, ladders, and paint. Slowly, the gray wall began to transform. She painted a giant tree. Its roots went deep into the ground. Its branches reached toward the sky. Under the tree, children of all backgrounds played, read, laughed, and created. At the center of the tree, she painted a face, young, hopeful. Mr. Abner's son, Carlos, came to help. At first, he just held the ladder. Then he started painting. 2 people began to notice. Neighbors stopped to watch. Some smiled. Some brought drinks. Some just stood quietly, as if something inside them had been awakened. An old woman came every evening, sitting across the alley, watching until sunset. Finally, the mural was finished. Mia stepped back and looked at it. The sunlight hit the leaves, making them glow. Mr. Abner walked forward and touched the painted tree. "He would have loved this," he whispered. Mia smiled, her eyes filled with tears. Her mother came too. She looked at the wall for a long time, then hugged Mia tightly. Weeks later, a reporter came. Then, a city official. Then, an award. But none of that mattered as much as what the old woman said. "I've lived here for 50 years, she told Mia. "I never thought this place was beautiful. Until now." That was the moment Mia understood. Art didn't just decorate walls. It changed how people saw the world. And when people saw beauty, they began to believe their lives could be beautiful too. Years passed. Mia went to art school. She grew, learned, and painted more. But she never forgot that wall. When she returned, she saw something incredible. More murals, more colors, more stories. The neighborhood had changed. She called Mr. Abner You opened more than a wall, he told her. You opened a whole community. Mia stood there, looking at the mural that started it all, and she thought back to that moment. What if I had said no? What if fear had stopped her? But she didn't say no. She said yes. And that changed everything, because in life, there are always walls. Not just physical ones. Doubt, fear, judgment, uncertainty. And every wall is waiting for someone brave enough to turn it into something more. You don't need permission. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to say yes. Pick up your brush and paint something that lets the world in.